Vijit, he is from Speaker Squad Toastmaster Club. Just 6 years into the Toastmaster journey. Only 6 years.
Yes, 6 years. Yes.
6 years. I think that he's the senior most amongst all of us.
Yeah.
Huh? Come. Let's welcome him. We're evaluating each and every one of us, how well he spoke and where we did well and where we did not do well. Correct?
Correct.
Let's take some feedbacks from him. Aye.
Thank you.
Come. Okay.
How much time?
Huh?
I don't need evaluation as well. I think too many, right?
Evaluating everyone. So 15, we'll do it 15 to 17 minutes, 15, 16, 17.
Do you need
15,
the
16,
timer
17.
for it?
It might be shorter also.
Yeah.
Okay.
15 green, 16 yellow, 17.
Okay.
15 you show the red card. It might be shorter also.
No shorter.
Directly red.
Till the red card is shown, otherwise you'll get
So you don't want
disqualified.
green, yellow,
Otherwise you'll get disqualified.
Directly the red.
Huh?
Directly the red.
Yeah, 15 you show me.
All right.
Good. Okay, thank you all for coming on the stage, participating in the mock contest. It gives the feel of that we are back in a contest season. It's too early because it can be quite grueling, but I like the way everyone has started preparing for it, and the kind of enthusiasm we got to see from each and everyone, that nervousness, reluctance, should I not, people changing their numbers, everything was witnessed in today's meeting. But nonetheless, I truly enjoyed the mock contest conducted by Toastmasters Simra. It was a good topic, a simple topic, but simple things can often have us bamboozled. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I was looking at 4 areas to evaluate each and every participant, and I did not use the ballot. I just used a basic area of evaluation, that is content, intent, delivery, and the conclusion. Conclusion is part of the content, but I focused on the conclusion part also. So our first speaker was Toastmaster Anand, and he started, the topic given was expect the unexpected, and he spoke about history, and he spoke about the independence of our country and what was not expected, how we did not expected we were expecting some glories, but instead we saw a lot of violence. And then he went about, despite all the trials and tribulations, how we rose over a period of time. That was his content. So he did not have a personal story, but nonetheless he had a good story. The areas was that intent, what he wanted to communicate, was it informing the people about India's rise, is something I got to know that his intent was only informing people. Delivery wise, you had clasped hands, so that shows nervousness. Try to avoid it. And factual figures were a little incorrect. So a person good with maths will give you some negative points, because 65 plus 15 is 80. So you have to be a little factual on your, means you have to be a little correct on your facts. Our next speaker was Toastmaster Vikas Agrawal, and he did the best thing which we normally do in Toastmasters, is connect this topic with a personal story. He told about his journey from his childhood days, humble background, and he connected it really well. What lacked was, he had everything. His delivery was good, his content was good, very relatable content, but what it lacked was the intent. He could have used that story to inspire people. That somehow did not land. So whenever you're speaking, always have the 4 purposes of a Toastmaster speech: entertain people, inform people, persuade people, or motivate them. So that is one thing you could have taken in your conclusion. Similarly, our third speaker was Mr. Krishnamurti. Again, a personal story, a professional account of his journey as a civil engineer. He never, and what I liked about his content was that he knew that he had a very beautiful quote, embrace the change. That was very nicely brought out, and his hand movements was pretty good. And the conclusion was keep moving in life. So his content was there, intent was also there, delivery was good, and ending it, the conclusion, you keep moving. That was very nicely delivered by Toastmaster Krishnamurti. Toastmaster Shalini. Okay. Now, whenever I look to a good speaker, I do not means content and delivery is something I like, but a good music has a great tempo. You bring that, you start on a high or you start on a low and end it on a high. You start on a high, you end it on a low. Toastmaster Shalini started on a high about her journey, not again a personal professional story about how she impressed her clients, and she did not expect much out of it, but the results that her workshop had was something she was taken by surprise, and the way she motivated people is pushing you out of the comfort zone. So she connected the dots really well, and as long as you push yourself from the comfort zone, you sharpen, you become a diamond. So that was very nicely illustrated in her speech. I really like the tempo, the delivery, and the intent. Conclusion, you could have a small, you could summarize your thoughts, and with that it would be brilliant. The next speaker was Toastmaster Santosh. Well, he had a very subtle story, he has a very subtle voice, and that low pitch of his voice, it commands authority. There's a certain amount of authority in his voice, and he has mild humor, and he knows that though I would not be able to connect the topic really well, but with these advantages, I can engage my audience. And he did engage the audience. He had a nice story, but he kept everyone guessing in the audience, like who was that person with whom he spoke today. He spoke with Simra, he spoke with me, he spoke with Manu, he spoke with Krishnamurti. I could not make it out who was the speaker. So that kind of suspense he drew, and that engagement qualities he has as speaker was nice. I like the cheerful style of delivering a speech. If you can make people laugh in a room, it is a battle half won. And our next speaker was Toastmaster Ramdas. He began with the parable from Shri Krishna's, like the effort and fruit. Do not be do not look after fruits and all that. Do not go in pursuit of fruits. Go in pursuit of what you want to do. The intent is very important. And throughout the speech, he kept us motivated again with his professional account of that he approached retirement and the kind of feedback he received from his employers, and them asking him to continue was something he did not expect. He expected to retire, but he did not expect. So the way he connected it was really nice. Again, he concluded with a beautiful line, a small line, keep putting the efforts. So that was very subtly and nicely done. So as an audience, that takeaway is something, keep putting the efforts is something that stuck with me. So I enjoyed your speech. Again, a very subtle way of giving a speech, delivering a speech, no frantic actions also. So that was nicely done. Okay, this was one of the most interesting takes on the topic, and that was by Toastmaster Prasanna Kumari. For those who came after her, she met Sachin Tendulkar, and that was something you means like every cricket fanboy would be like, oh wow, and you have the attention of people. Oh, you met Sachin Tendulkar. Do you have a selfie? You want to talk about that moment more with Toastmaster Prasanna, and the way she narrated, you could see that enthusiasm and that energy. Oh, I did not expect, but I met Sachin Tendulkar. And that is something will connect with every Sachin Tendulkar fan. I am not a fan. But yes, you did connect it really well. However, everything was good. Your delivery is good. You had a nice takeaway also. But what was the intent? You enjoyed the moment, but what is it for the audience to take from that moment? I like the fact that you met Sachin Tendulkar, but what is there for me is something you could extrapolate upon. Toastmaster Tripura, again a personal story, professional account, but one thing I really liked about her speech, that a lot of people were giving speeches, their thoughts on the topic, but she was one of the first persons to introduce characters in her speech. Her brother was one of the characters, her friends were the characters, so that was, you set a base for a good story. You told about your struggles at the start of your professional journey, and from where you started and where you ended was very nicely done with proper characters and all. However, when you have characters, you can do one thing, try to give them a distinct voice, or try to place them over at the every corner of the stage. Otherwise, I really enjoyed your take on the topic. And okay, this was also a good take on the topic by Toastmaster Habib. Content was again a story, a personal story, but this time it involved Toastmasters. Now, when you tell about Toastmasters, it relates with everyone. Everyone starts thinking of the first time they were introduced to Toastmasters. And he was struggling so much to join a Toastmasters club. He did not know anyone, and the people he knew were not quite appreciative of Toastmasters. So that was a very humorous take on the topic. People started laughing in the room when he said that people discouraged him to join Toastmasters, and how he met a very good friend while trekking, and after a period of time he was approached by the person to join the club. It was very nicely done. Again, characters were there, story was there, and the intent was again self-satisfaction. The only area again you can work upon is like how you end it on a high. Inspire the audience is something you can look at. One good thing you said, that I joined the best club, and every member in the club started feeling very happy about it. So that was very nicely done. Thank you, Toastmaster Habib, for that. Okay. The next speaker is a good friend. I was slightly disappointed because she spoke only for a minute, but she had a very good story. And she spoke about coming, means not very big dreams, like simple expectations, but suddenly somewhere in USA she landed in a beach house, a very beautiful house, a lake, a sea view and all that, and it was great, but it came to an abrupt end because you could have extrapolated on it. How the house made you feel special. Whenever you have a topic or whenever you have a thought, keep thinking why it made you feel special. I might not have those expectations, but after leaving that house also, how it made me cherish for something better in life is something you can connect with. And one thing I really like about speakers in general, whenever they come on the stage and smile, that's a very encouraging sign. It hides their anxiety. It was very nicely done. Most of the speakers had a good smile when they came on the stage, and Toastmaster Rashmi also did that. And she started with a greeting also. A lot of people avoid greetings, including me. Okay, our next speaker was Toastmaster Sharada. Okay, smile was there, and okay, this was a very nice take on the story. She started on a wrong foot. She did not connect with the story initially, and then she took a pause, and then she gathered her thoughts, and the story came flowing. And the way she told about how she won a bid involving the Navy was pretty inspiring to those present in the audience. And the building of the way she structured her thoughts and built a story on that was very nicely done. Characters were there, and everything was there. The content is there, intent is there, delivery is there. Conclusion is something you can work on. Okay, how it helped you and how it can help us is something you can look forward. Okay, I will look for another 1 or 2 minutes. I have 2 more speakers. Our next speaker was Toastmaster Suparna, and Toastmaster Suparna is also a good friend, and she also did the Western classical musical style. If you have observed Western classical music, they start with a bang, and it just goes on and on and on. And at the end, it ends on a high. It never ended. It ends on a low, but it never ended on a low. She just took up about the journey of her life in 120 seconds of how she started as a gold medalist in her college, not liking the lab, and how she ended up as a professor, probably not in a lab, is something I really enjoyed. But what I really liked, that enthusiasm in the voice. The way you modulate voice is something can engage the audience. There is the high and there is the pause. The subtle use of the pause, the pitch variation was very nicely done. And again, you had continuity in your content is what I really enjoyed in your speech. And Toastmaster Bopaya was our final speaker, and he came with all his bag and water bottle, and then he did not expect the topic, but he got the unexpected. And so initially what we do in Toastmasters is when we are given a topic, we keep talking about it. Expect the unexpected, expect the unexpected. He started on a similar pitch, but what he eventually did, while he was talking on the topic, he gathered his thoughts and connected it really well. And all the time, what I really enjoyed were his hand movements. They did not reflect of any anxiety in his speeches. And what I really liked the way he said that have alternative plans. That conclusion was spot on. That conclusion was something which won you the cherry on the cake. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I really enjoyed evaluating each and every speaker. Thank you for the opportunity.
So, Toastmaster Arijit, exhausted?
Yeah,
Exhausted? Huh?
a little bit.
Little bit. Give him some water. Okay? Have some water. It should be neat. The water should be neat. That's a condition. Okay, friends. Now, before I start off, let me end this suspense that I had created in